Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So continuing to read this morning from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9. We finished chapter 17 yesterday. We were hearing the dynasty of Pururava, specifically the sons of Ayu. And we heard about 4 of the dynasties. And in this chapter 18 we begin today is titled King Yayāti Regains His Youth. So I'll read the summary by Srila Prabhupada. This chapter gives a history of King Yayāti, the son of Nahusha. So Nahusha, as we heard in the previous chapter, Sukadev Goswami says, oh, I'm going to tell you the dynasty of Nahusha coming up. So that's what we are going to hear now. Nahusha was also one of the 5 sons of Ayu. Okay, then among Yayati's 5 sons, so Nahusha is Yayati's son and Yayati has also 5 sons. The youngest son, Puru, accepted Yayati's invalidity. When Nahusha, who had 6 sons, was cursed to become a python, his eldest son, Yati, took sannyas, and therefore the next son, Yayati, was enthroned as king. So Nahusha's 6 sons. Okay, by providence, Yayati married the daughter of Shukracharya. Shukracharya was a Brahmana and Yayati a Kshatriya, but Yayati married her nonetheless. Shukracharya's daughter, named Devyani, had a girlfriend named Sharmishta, who was the daughter of Rishaparva. King Yayati married Sharmishta also. The history of this marriage is as follows. Once Sharmishta was sporting in the water with thousands of her girlfriends, and Devyani was also there. When the young girls saw Lord Shiva seated on his bull with Uma, they immediately dressed themselves. But Sharmishta mistakenly put on Devyani's clothes. Devyani, being very angry, rebuked Sharmishta, who also became very angry and responded by rebuking Devyani and throwing her into a well. By chance, King Yayati came to that well to drink water, and he found Devyati and rescued her. Thus, Devyani accepted Maharaj Yayati as a husband. Thereafter, Devyani, crying loudly, told her father about Sharmishta's behavior. Upon hearing of this incident, Shukracharya was very angry and wanted to chastise Rishaparva, Sharmishta's father. Rishaparva, however, satisfied Shukracharya by offering Sharmishta as Devyani's maidservant. Thus, Sharmishta, as the maidservant of Devyani, also went to the house of Devyani's husband. When Sharmishta found her friend Devyani with a son, she also desired to have a son. Therefore, at the proper time for conception, she also requested Maharaj Yayati for sex. When Sharmishta became pregnant also, Devyani was very envious. In great anger, she immediately left for her father's house and told her father everything. Shukracharya again became angry and cursed Maharaj Yayati to become old. But when Yayati begged Shukracharya to be merciful to him, Shukracharya gave him the benediction that he could transfer his old age and invalidity to some young man. Yayati exchanged his old age for the youth of his youngest son Puru, and thus he was able to enjoy with young girls. So we are going to read text-wise this chapter. Text 1, Shri Shukuvacha.
Shri
Shri
Shukra
Sukha
Vacha
Uvacha
Yatir Yayati Samyatir
Yati
Yati
Yayati
Yayati
Samyati
Samyati
Ayatir Viyati Kritihi
Ayati Viryati
Yati
Kritihi
Kriti
Shad Ime Nahushas Yasan
षट्रिमे नहुषस्य आसन्
इन्द्रियाणि वर्देहिनः.
इन्द्रियाणि इव देहिनः.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sukadev Goswami said, O King Parikshit, as the embodied soul has six senses, King Nahusha had six sons named Yati, Yayāti, Samyati, Ayati, Vyati, and Kriti. So Nahusha, six sons. Nahusha is the grandson of Pururava. Rajyam Naichad Yati Pitra.
राज्यं नेच्छद्यति हि पित्रा
Datam Tat Parinamivat.
दत्तं तत्परिणामवित्
Yatra Pravishta Purusha.
यत्र प्रविष्टः पुरुषः
Atmanam Nava Buddhyate.
आत्मानं नावबुध्यते.
When one enters the post of king or head of the government, one cannot understand the meaning of self realization. Knowing this, Yati, the eldest son of Nahusha, did not accept the power to rule, although it was offered by his father. Self realization is the prime objective of human civilization, and it is regarded seriously by those who are situated in the mode of goodness and have developed the Brahmanical qualities. Kshatriyas are generally endowed with material qualities conducive to gaining material wealth and enjoying sense gratification. But those who are spiritually advanced are not interested in material opulence. Indeed, they accept only the bare necessities for a life of spiritual advancement in self-realization. So, what are the Kshatriyas generally more inclined to?
Towards the material wealth and sense
Yes,
gratification.
yes, that's right. But this eldest son of Nahusha, Yati, right? Yati, what does he want?
Brahminical. He
Yeah,
had more of the Brahminical gunas.
he has Brahmanical qualities. He has Brahmanical qualities, so he doesn't want to get entangled. It is specifically mentioned here that if one enters political life, especially in the modern day, one loses the chance for human perfection. Nonetheless, one can attain the highest perfection if one hears Srimad Bhagavatam. This hearing is described as Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Maharaj Parikshit was involved in politics, but because at the end of his life he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadev Goswami, he attained perfection very easily. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore suggested Sthanisthita Shruti Gatam Tanuvan Manobhir Ye Prayasho Jito Pi Asites Trilokya. Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, Text 3. Regardless of whether one is in the mode of passion, ignorance, or goodness, if one regularly hears Srimad Bhagavatam from the self realized soul, one is freed from the bondage of material involvement. So, what is Lord Chaitanya telling us?
If one regularly hears Srimad Bhagavatam from self-realized soul, then one can be freed from uh, from material bondage.
Yeah, and regardless if one is in the mode of passion or
Yeah.
ignorance, yeah, goodness, of course, but even passion and ignorance, we have to hear Bhagavatam. So we are hearing Bhagavatam from Sukadev Goswami. and very kindly translated for us by Srila Prabhupada. So we just have to regularly hear Bhagavatam. Yeah. Pitari Brahmshite Sthanat
Pitri Brahmshite Sthanat
Indranya Darshanad Vijay
Indriyanadar Darshanat Vijay
Prapate Jagaratvam Vai
Prapite Jagaratvam Ve
Yayatir Abhavan Nripa.
Yayāti Abhava Nripaha.
Because Nahusha, the father of Yayati, molested Indra's wife Shachi, who then complained to Agastya and other Brahmanas, these saintly Brahmanas cursed Nahusha to fall from the heavenly planets and be degraded to the status of a python. Consequently, Yayati became the king. So, how did Yayati become king now? Nahusha has 6 sons. Yayati is not the eldest son. So, how did he become king?
He molested the Indra's wife Sachi.
That his father.
Yeah, so he only became the Ajgar, right?
Yes, Ajgar. So his father became Ajgar, and
Yeah,
Yayati's elder brother
became the
has gone to take sannyas.
yeah,
So
and
they,
so he became the king, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Because father now Python cannot be king. Elder brother, he has taken sannyas. So now Yayati is the king. Chatar Chatash Chatasrishab Adisha Dikshu
Chatashrishu Adishat Dikshu
Bhratrin Bhrata Yaviyasaha
Bhratran Bhrataha Yaviyasaha
Krita Daro Jugoporvim
Krita Daro Jugo Purvim
Kavyasya Vrishaparvanaha.
Kavas Kavasyas Vishaparvanaha.
King Yayati had 4 younger brothers whom he allowed to rule the 4 directions. Yayati himself married Devyani, the daughter of Shukracharya, and Sharmishta, the daughter of Rishaparva, and ruled the entire earth. So Nahusha's 6 sons, out of which 1 son went to sannyas. So 5. Then out of these 5, Yayatis become the king, and his 4 younger brothers, he's giving them to rule the 4 directions. And he is marrying the daughter of Shukracharya, Devyani, and also Sharmishta, the daughter of Rishaparva. Shri Rajo
Hare,
Vacha.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Shiva, so Shukracharya is the priest, right? The head priest of the demons. Is that the one? The same?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Right? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Shri Rajo Vacha.
Shri
Shri
Rajo
Rajo
Vacha
Vacha
Brahma Rishir Bhagavan Kavya.
Brahma
Brahma
Rishi
Rishi
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Kavya
Kavya
Shatra Bandhuschana Hushaha.
Shatrabandhuna
Kshatrasya
Rajanya Viprayo Kasmat.
Rajanya
Rajanya
Viprayukasmat
Viprayokasmat
Vivaha Pratilomakaha.
Vivaha
Vivaha Pratilokam.
Pratilomakaha.
Maharaj Parikshit said, Shukracharya was a very powerful Brahmana and Maharaj Yayati was a Kshatriya. Therefore, I'm curious to know how they occurred this Pratiloma marriage between a Kshatriya and a Brahmana. according to the Vedic system, marriages between Kshatriyas and Kshatriyas or between Brahmanas and Brahmanas are the general custom. If marriages sometimes take place between different classes, these marriages are of two types, namely Anuloma and Pratiloma. Okay, so usually marriages are between same Kshatriya to Kshatriya, Brahman to Kshatriya, Brahman to Brahman. Now, if there's different classes getting married between Brahman and Kshatriya, then they are called, what are they called?
Anuloma and Pratiloma.
Yeah, Anuloma, Pratiloma. So now what's Anuloma? Anuloma, marriage between a Brahmana and the daughter of a Kshatriya is permissible. But Pratiloma, marriage between a Kshatriya and a daughter of a Brahmana is not generally allowed. So what is Anuloma?
According to the Shastra, like that is accepted. Like when a Brahmin and the Kshatriya daughter, that they get married, like a Brahmin male and a Kshatriya's girl. So that's
Yeah,
allowed.
yeah, that's Anuloma, that Brahman.
Anulom.
Yeah, the man is Brahmana and the girl is Kshatriya. So, daughter of Kshatriya. So then Anuloma, and that is allowed. So then what is Pratiloma?
So now that will be like like a Kshatriya man and a daughter of Brahmin.
Yeah, yeah. And so that is generally, that's not very common, right? Anuloma is the one common, allowed, and Brahman, this Pratiloma generally is not allowed. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was curious about how Shukracharya, a powerful Brahmana, could accept the principle of Pratiloma. Maharaj Parikshit was eager to know the cause for this uncommon marriage. So Parikshit Maharaj is saying, this sounds not very regular, Don't hear much about like this. So let's hear more. Parikshit Maharaj wants to hear more. Shri Shuko Vacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Ekada Dana Vendrasya
Ekada Danavedrasya
Sharmishta Nama Kanyaka
Sarmishtanam Kanyaka
Sakhi Sahasra Samyukta
Sakhi Sahasra Samyukta
Guru Putriya Cha Bhamini
Guru Putraya Cha Bhamini
Deva Devayanya Purudhyane
Devayanya Purudhyane
Pushpita Druma Sankule
Pushpitah Druma Sankule
Vyacharat Kala Gitadi
Vyacharat Kalagitali
Nalini Puline Bala.
Nalani Puline Bala.
Sukadev Goswami said one day Vrishaparva's daughter Sharmishta, who was innocent but angry by nature, was walking with Devyani, the daughter of Shukracharya, and with thousands of friends in the palace garden. The garden was full of lotuses and trees of flowers and fruits, and was inhabited by sweetly singing birds and bumblebees. So very pleasing. Lotuses, there's flowers, fruits, sweet birds, bumblebees. Ta jalashayam asadya
Tajala Ashayam Asadhya
kanya kamalalochanaha
Kanyaha Kamalalochanaha
tirenyasya dukulani
Tirenyasya Dukulani
vijaru sinchatirmithaha.
Vijahu Sinchati Mithaha.
When the young lotus-eyed girls came to the bank of a reservoir of water, they wanted to enjoy by bathing. Thus, they left their clothing on the bank and began sporting, throwing water on one another. Vikshya vrichantam girisham
Vikshya vrajantam girisham
saha devya vrishasthitam
saha devya vrishastitam
saha sotirya vasamsi
saha sotirya vasamsi
paryadur striyaha.
paryudhu vridita striyaha.
While sporting in the water, the girls suddenly saw Lord Shiva passing by, seated on the back of his bull with his wife Parvati. Ashamed because they were naked, the girls quickly got out of the water and covered themselves with their garments. So that they were bathing in the lake. Lord Shiva was passing by with Parvati Devi on his bull, and so the girls quickly wore their clothes back. And now time's up, so we'll continue tomorrow. Did anyone have any comments on what we have read till now?
I just wanted to ask one thing. So this the Yayāti is the same one, no? Like the youngest, like how we read in the translation that the youngest son, Puru, will give the youth, and then from him will come all the,
Yeah, that's
right?
right.
This is the
Yeah.
same story, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna hear that.
okay.
Mm.
This is also very, very famous story.
Yeah,
Like very famous story.
Yeah, Yayāti, na? Yeah. So,
yeah. We're gonna see now. Okay. So stop here. We'll continue reading tomorrow. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.